I think that we have to do a really different COP. Really different COP, not only because it's the 10 years of Paris, not only because we already had, we hope we're going to have the indication of how committed most countries are or not committed regarding the Paris objectives, but also because this geopolitical circumstance, the fact that there are so many indications that companies, countries, sectors are dissociating themselves of the fight against climate change at the same time that the evidences that climate change is affecting everybody's life and even more the poor's life is overwhelming. I mean, what else do you need? But this incompatibility between reality and commitments, I think, has never reached such a high level. So we are obviously very concerned. We know this COP is going to be a really uphill battle, but I truly, sincerely count on you to help us go in directions that will make a difference and that you feel is truly contributing to strengthening this process of bringing climate change to the center of all activities. So we look at this COP as a COP that maybe can represent a big change regarding the negotiations. The obsession is not to get a sentence that is going to be amazing and will have less consequences than all of you expect, than to really get something that will be translated and will have an influence on action and implementation. The action agenda is something that has become like a parallel COP and is something that was probably designed to be like a source of news during the COP that can bring some dynamic to the COP. But the fact is that the action agenda is essentially how do you engage the actors that cannot negotiate, whoever they are, but they cannot negotiate, they cannot sit at the table and they cannot negotiate. So cities, you, business, whatever, but we are planning a very, I think, interesting action agenda. Very focused on the main themes and very focused on themes that are not adequately covered by the negotiation because there are all the limitations in the negotiation because of this predetermined agenda. We're going to talk with President Lula with some ideas about the head of state, but it has to make a difference. Pressure on governments for the negotiation, pressure on heads of state for something, and pressure on the action agenda because all the other actors also have to move. No? We expect and we want a very strong participation of yours because for President Lula, the participation and the influence of civil society is absolutely essential. We have a real desire of dialogue.